Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. So, before we get into the game, I think we need to go on what actually happened pre and post match last night. Um, Disgusting, really. To see what happened. Obviously, I wasn't there, but I've seen like people's accounts, like Paul Mitchell on the Redmonds TV, Sky Sports News. Like it's everywhere, and I think it's a good thing that social media is obviously around because for these type of things because corporations like Uefa and so on and so forth would try to get away with just like, oh, the fans were late, it's the fans' fault. No, it still wasn't the fans' fault. The whole setup of how the final was organised and the police presence pre match was just a disgrace. Like I can't really get much into it because I wasn't there, but just going by what people's accounts, like, why are you tear gassing people? Like, when it surely you can see it's kids and families and people with difficulties. It's just it's disgusting to be like seen that way. Just and I know that other fans out there are going to blame us like always the victim, blah 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 blah, but you can see it yourself. It's all over social media. The fans did nothing wrong. They're hanging about for 3 hours to get through the first like security check to get like you see if your tickets are fine, have like your water taken off you, like, which I think is a bit of a joke. That, to be fair, like you stood outside for 3 hours, and then they take that off you, and then you go for the next bit of security, and you stood there waiting again. What do you do? Do you know what I mean? Like, absolutely bonkers. Just mental, and I don't know where to cut off this bit of this conversation, but honestly, I'm so happy that social media is around. I'm so happy that the club have come out and made a statement saying they want a thorough investigation into this, and I just hope that something actually happens, and I hope that because of social media and everybody's accounts, like something will. Like Sky Sports News presenters was actually like tear gassed as well. So that's, I think, I know as much as like we're going about the fans and that is like the most important thing, but the fact that the Sky Sports News like presenters and stuff were tear gassed goes to show, I think, that something potentially will happen here. It's just disgusting, honestly. So yeah, back to the game. I think Liverpool were the best team on the pitch. We really were. Congratulations to Courtois for just basically winning the game for Real Madrid. The amount of saves he pulled off was just incredible. Like some of them as well. Some of the saves in themselves were incredible. I do think there's a few parts where Liverpool were to blame. I think we all thought pre-match that the part of the side where we were most vulnerable was the side where they scored from, which is we've obviously Trent at right back. Thiago having the problem, just before the game started. Like, should we have started him? Should we have put Keita in to start with? Like, we've got Fab and Thiago both just coming back from injury. Was it a risk worth taking? In the end, yeah, it probably was because we dominated the game. The front three, Diaz, I think, was potentially the wrong choice to get taken off. For me, I probably would have taken Salah off. I just don't. He wasn't doing anything. He's got his tried and trusted cutting onto his left foot and shooting. But when you've got a goalkeeper in form like that, you need something else. And yeah, I do think the front three is probably going to be shaken up this season, and we do need like an out and out goal scorer that's going to come in. My main thoughts at the minute is that Mane's going. I wouldn't be surprised if Salah went as well. Like, look, is the club really going to say like, oh yeah, you can stay for full season, but then you can leave for nothing next year? Like, I think the club would want to get some money back for him. So let's see who comes in. That is the third final we've had this season where we failed to score. So something needs to change. We need a refresh. We need something new up front to give us another option. You know what I mean? Of getting some goals in to that team. Like, I know obviously we've got like Salah, who's like we've got all the players can score the goals, but we just need like something extra, something new, because I think we're kind of being a bit sussed out now when it actually matters. And looking back over the season as a whole, there's games which were draws. Like, if we'd had a different option, a different player, could we have won them games? Like, it is what it is, really, end of the day. And it's not just up front where we need, I think, a bit of refresh. We need a bit of refresh in the middle of the park as well. So, let's see what happens in the summer transfer window, yeah. And let's keep upbeat as well. We've got Jurgen Klopp, so this won't be our last final. We'll be back again next season. We'll have seasons and seasons while we still have Klopp to win things. So, you know, we still did the domestic double. Is it a bit shitty that we've finished off with just that and not the quad? Of course it is, and the treble, of course it is. But at the end of the day, we won 2 trophies still this season, and we've played every single game possible to us, and we took City to the last game of the season. We dominated Real Madrid in the Champions League final. So this team's going nowhere. We're here to stay, and we'll be back again next season. Let me know what you thought about the game. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.